In this video, we're going to do a case study on how food blog Iowa Girl Eats grew their organic traffic 508% in just 3 months.
All-in-one SEO is a game changer when it comes to digital marketing.
I use this plugin for all my WordPress implementations.
And it practically does every step for you.
I think your product is one of my favorite plugins that I use on every single client site that I build.
It opened my eyes to what's possible in terms of SEO.
It gives practical suggestions. These suggestions have really significantly boosted our website search engine rankings.
Welcome to All-in-One SEO. We help you rank higher in Google and other search engines with our powerful WordPress SEO plugin. Click this link right here to start downloading and using All-in-One SEO right now. Let's get started. So this is Iowa Girl Eats. Oh my gosh, what a great name for a food blog. It just instantly hooks me. I'm like, who is this girl in Iowa? What is she eating? I gotta know more. Look at this imagery. Everything here is delicious. She has a gluten-free food blog. That's her hook. I'm not a gluten-free person, and yet I want to eat everything I see on this blog. What's impressive about Iowa Girl Eats is she has grown her traffic 500% in just 3 months. You can see some ads here, so she's monetizing that traffic. That is awesome. Again, man, look at this imagery. I want to try it all, even the gummy worms and Oreo cookies. That looks delicious. I know that's not good for me, but I want to eat it. If you want to read more about them or read this case study instead of watching this video, you can check out the companion case study at AIOSEO.com/trends. And I will drop in a link directly to this case study in the description below this video. So let's take a look at Iowa Girl Eats traffic. She has been at this for 15 years. If you're wondering how long is it going to take my passion project to take off, the one I've been working on for 2 years, you might have to keep working a little while longer. You can see here in the graph, there's kind of like a bump around end of 2013. January 2020 bumped up. It looks like she about doubled her traffic. That's awesome. And then right around August of 2023, it's like everything clicked and her traffic skyrocketed. So what did she do? What did she do at this point that had that traffic take off like that? Well, that's what we're going to dive into in this video. So the first strategy that Iowa Girl Eats used is she implemented review and recipe schema. So here we can see someone's performed a search for a Jennifer Aniston salad. I didn't even know Jennifer Aniston had a salad, but apparently she does, and Iowa Girl Eats is ranking for that search term. You can see she's got an image being pulled into her listing, as well as a star rating and the number of votes that went into creating that star ratings. This kind of listing is going to pop a whole lot more than just a standard text listing. And you don't get this just by dumb luck, just by Google indexing your website, deciding it wants to pull in an image and a star rating. You have to put schema data on those web pages. All-in-One SEO can help you put schema on your web pages so you can score rich results in Google like this one using our powerful schema generator.
Let's head on over to the post section. I don't actually have any recipe post in my website, but we're going to pretend this how-to post is a recipe post. So in the editor, if I scroll down past my content to the All-in-One SEO settings section, let's go ahead and click on the Schema tab. And then we're going to click this blue button that says Generate Schema. And here's all the different types of schema we have available in our schema catalog, including article, book, event, how-to schema, fact-check schema. But for this example, we want recipe schema. So I'm going to click the plus icon and add recipe schema to this page. And then we're taken to this area where we can fill out all the relevant information. For the name, I'm just going to go ahead and keep it as post title, but we could use any one of these smart tags here. You can click this link that says View All Tags. And there's all kinds of different tags here that we could use, but I'm just going to leave it as post title. For description, I'm just going to leave the post excerpt. I like that. For author, I'm going to use the author of this WordPress post. And then we can start typing in ingredients for our recipe. So I'm going to put in duck, carrots, if I can remember how to spell carrots, potatoes, celery, and spices. That's a very generic duck recipe. Dish type, we're going to call it main course. For cuisine type, we're going to say this is French. For keywords, I'm going to put in duck recipe and duck. And then for image, I'm going to use this image I already have in my media library of this duck. I'm going to use that for the image. For the number of servings, I'm going to put 3. It's a very large duck. Total calories per serving, 775. And then for prep time, we're going to add the time in minutes. I'm going to say this is 3 hours, which would be 180 minutes. Cooking time, let's say it's 65 minutes. And then you can add in step-by-step instructions. So I'm going to make 1 step. Cook the duck. And there's no image for this step. If you wanted to add step-by-step instructions, you can click this link that says add another instruction and keep adding as many steps as it takes. So when you're all done here, you're going to go ahead and click the blue button that says add schema. And now my schema has been added to the page. So again, with schema, this is not something you see in the editor here. This is something that the all-in-one SEO schema generator creates, and it creates code that lives behind the page to give your page a chance of showing up as a rich snippet in the Google search results. So after we've got the schema generated and added to the page, we can see that this page has how-to schema and recipe schema. So if this was a recipe and not a how-to page, I would go ahead and delete that how-to schema. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I get prompted, are you sure you want to delete this schema? Yes, I want to delete this schema. And then remember to click the blue update button so that this schema is actually saved to the page. And now the schema has been saved to the page, and I have a chance of having a rich snippet show up in the Google search results for my recipe.
The second strategy that Iowa Girl Eats uses is she creates user-focused content that helps her to slide on into that people also ask section. Now, this little FAQ appears on the website's top traffic driving article, and you can see she's writing for people. This is a baked chicken thighs FAQ. Is it better to bake chicken thighs at 350 or 400 degrees? It's obviously not written for search engines. That's written for human beings. People want to know that. What is the baking time for chicken thighs? But because she's putting these FAQs in her blog post, I mean, these FAQs to Google's people also ask section is like junk food to people. We just can't get enough of it. Google feels the same way about these FAQs, especially if those FAQs come with schema data behind them. All-in-one SEO's powerful FAQ block can do exactly that. It can create FAQs for your WordPress website and put the schema code in there behind the scenes that Google loves so much for that people also ask section.
We're going to pull up the FAQ block. So you can either start a new page or post, or you can pull up one of your old page or post. I'm going to go ahead and click on the post menu here and pull up an existing post. I'm going to use this post called Test Puppy Post. And then we just click anywhere in the page that we want to put the FAQ block. So I'm going to put it after this first paragraph here. And I'm going to add a new block. And I'm actually just going to search for FAQ. And the all-in-one SEO FAQ block comes up because we have the all-in-one SEO plugin installed. I'm going to write my first question. And then I'm going to put in my first answer. And of course, we can add more FAQ blocks after that. And then if we look on the right-hand side, I have these options here. So I could change the text color. I could change the background color. There's options for typography, so I could change the font size. All of these options are great to have and what you would expect in a WordPress block, but they're not the killer feature that makes this FAQ block so special. So I'm going to click the blue update button up top to save this page, and then I'm going to go view my post. And if I scroll down to that FAQ and I look at the page source behind the page, and then I'm going to wrap the text to make this a little easier to view, and I'm going to search for one of my FAQs. Then if I scroll down here past the HTML code for the FAQ block,
All of this other code here, this one big giant block, this is schema code that is being automatically generated by All-in-One SEO. This will help you to score a rich snippet for FAQs in the Google search results, and it can also help you to get into the People Also Ask section. The third strategy that Iowa Girl Eats used is she's optimized her images for Google image search. Iowa Girl Eats, she's also killing it in image search. This is an often overlooked area to get traffic from. So she's got her image SEO handled and is reaping the rewards. In January of 2023, she was ranking for 3.2 thousand keywords in image search. By October 2023, 145,000. It's just a huge increase. Whether you run a food blog or any other kind of website, All-in-One SEO can help you get the images SEO'd on your WordPress website with its powerful image SEO add-on.
Let's head on over to the All-in-One SEO menu on the left and click on Search Appearance. And then on the tabs up top, we're going to click on the tab that says Image SEO. If this is your first time using Image SEO, you're going to have to enable it to see all the features available to you as a pro user by clicking the big green button that says Activate Image SEO. And then if we scroll back up, the first option here is about attachments, and it's giving you 3 options. So it's saying, do we want to redirect the attachment URL to the actual attachment, to the attachment parent, or to have it disabled? So the attachment URL is anytime you upload anything to the media library in WordPress, WordPress creates a special page for this called an attachment URL. It doesn't add very much SEO value at all to your website, so we recommend that you redirect it back to the attachment. So I'm going to leave that setting as is. Below that, we have all the image SEO options. So you can see there's 5 tabs here: the title, the alt tag, the caption, the description, and the file name. I'm going to start on the title tab. So if you've used our plugin before and you've formatted the title or description of any of your posts, this should look pretty familiar to you. So we basically have the same kind of options for the title format of your images. The title of an image is a little bit of additional information, and it's what someone will see when they hover their mouse over your image. Here you can decide how you want to construct the title of that image. You can clear all of these things out. You can use the image title. You can throw in a separator. And if you click the View All Tags link here, or simply type in the hashtag symbol into the box, you can get all these different options that are available. So there's tons of options that you can use in the title format of your images. I'm going to just go ahead and stick with the image title, a separator, and the site title. The next option is about the punctuation. So you can strip out the punctuation in the title of your image. We have it disabled by default. I'm going to enable it. And then you can exclude certain characters. So maybe I want to only strip out dashes. So I'm going to exclude underscores, numbers, the plus sign, apostrophe, the pound sign, and the ampersand. Everything else is going to be excluded. I'm just going to strip out dashes. So if your title, for example, was red dash basketball dash sneaker, you could change that to red space basketball space sneaker by clicking this checkbox here. And you could do the same thing for underscores if you wanted. And here we're getting a message telling us that is disabled when we are excluding underscores from stripping. So in order to convert underscores to spaces, you first have to not exclude it from the stripping, and then you could convert those to spaces. So casing here applies to the title attribute of the image. It's disabled by default. There's 3 options which are pretty self-explanatory. Lowercase, everything will be in lowercase. Title case, major words are capitalized, but minor words remain in their original casing. And sentence case, the first word of each sentence starts with a capital. You can also exclude certain posts or pages or certain terms. So if you don't want to do any of this image SEO to any post about debt, you can start excluding some of those pages. You can also exclude by terms. So maybe I have certain pages tagged with the term debt, and I can exclude those pages here. When you're done adjusting all these settings, hit the big blue Save Changes button. If we scroll back up the page, there's still 4 other tabs here that we have options for. So I'm going to click on the second one, the alt tag option, and you can see we have the same options that we just had for title, also for the alt tag. So we can format the alt tag, we can strip punctuation, we can change the casing, and we can exclude post pages or different terms that tag a post or page. So let's scroll back up to the strip punctuation section. Let's enable that. And then I'm not going to exclude anything. So we are going to basically strip out all the punctuation, and I want to convert dashes and underscores to spaces. And then for the actual alt tag format, we're going to take these out and we're going to use the alt tag. I'm going to save my changes there. And then let's see this in action. So I'm going to head on over to the media library. And then let's add a new image to the media library. I'm going to click choose file. And I'm going to upload this image called men's-black-wetsuit. Click the blue upload button. Okay, so we've got the image in the media library. I'm going to go over to my post section. And I'm just going to bring up this first post here called TOC demo. And right below the second heading, I'm going to drop in this image from the media library. There's that image. And then I'm going to update the post. And then let's go view the post. And then if we right click on the image and choose to inspect it, I can see the code behind this image, and we can see the alt text here says men's black wetsuit. It's kind of hard to see. I'm going to see if I can highlight that. Yeah. The plugin did exactly what it's supposed to and changed that alt text on this image to what we wanted it to be, which was men's black wetsuit. So we're back on the image SEO section of search appearance now, and I'm going to click on the caption tab. The first option is asking you whether you want to auto-generate captions when you upload images to the media library. It's disabled by default. We can enable that. You can also go into the media library and apply a bulk setting to all the images you have already uploaded. So I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But first I want to scroll down to the rest of the settings for caption here. As you can see, it's very similar to the other two tabs. So we have the caption format we can construct, punctuation, and casing. If I scroll back up to description, again, like with the captions, we have an option to auto-generate a description every time you upload an item to the media library. And then we have the same options that we had on the other tabs. If I go to the file name tab up top, we have the option to strip punctuation down to a fairly granular level. And then we have the casing option. And then we also have specific words we can strip. So for example, if every image you uploaded to your WordPress website, somewhere in the file name had IMG, and you know that's just not adding a lot of value to your website, you can type that in here and it'll strip that out of the file name. So let's go ahead and click the blue button and save our changes here, and then scroll all the way back up, and I want to show you this in action in the media library. So click on the media library, and then up top we're going to click the button that says add new. And I'm going to click choose file, and I'm going to grab this file here. You can see the name is img space wetsuit.jpg. So I'm going to upload that file by clicking the blue upload button. And as we can see, the file that has been uploaded to the media library is now called wetsuit. So it did in fact strip out that word img.
The top 3 strategies that Iowa Girl Eats used that you can emulate on your site. Number 1, they implemented schema data to win rich results in search. Number 2, they created user-focused content that ranks easily and people also ask. And number 3, they handled the SEO of their images to rank in Google image search. And on the flip side, there were some things they got wrong. The bottom 3 strategies to reconsider. Number 1, they neglected image title tags. While Iowa Girl Eats got their image SEO largely handled, we did find a couple instances where they simply did not have an image title tag. Number 2, missing meta descriptions. We found a couple of pages that were simply missing their meta descriptions. And number 3, not using FAQ schema. Iowa Girl Eats won a substantial amount of people also ask placements. We think they probably could have won many more people also ask placements if they had used FAQ schema. All-in-One SEO can help you emulate the top 3 strategies that they used, as well as fix the bottom 3 that might need some work. So that's how Iowa Girl Eats grew their organic traffic 508% in just 3 months. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a like. And if you want to get the SEO of your WordPress website handled today, click the very first link in the description below this video to download All-in-One SEO right now.